Welcome back, everybody. So far, SKT is up 2-0, and now it's up to Life, someone who's been having a bit of a tough time recently, and he is going to face an incredible Protoss versus Zerg player in Classic.
Yeah, some of the best we've seen recently. I've never seen Biel dismantled so badly than when we saw him play against Classic in Star League recently, just last week actually. Complete domination. I've never seen someone so dominated who was so good. Yeah. And it's so on top of their game currently in every other matchup. But when it came to ZVP, he just had no answer.
It was more like Classic was just so good more than Biel was bad. In fact, you and I were even favoring Biel to take the best of 5.
Oh, absolutely. I thought for sure it would be a much closer game, but Biel, he had no answer for Classic, and Classic knew exactly how to deal with this guy. And because of that, we see Classic getting the favor from everyone against Life, of all people.
I mean, that series against Biel was just too impressive. This is a very unique and rare thing that we're seeing right here. Everybody voting against Life. That almost never happens.
Yeah. It took me a long time to come to terms with that as well, Wolf. You know me, I love Life more than anyone. But he just hasn't been performing in Pro League, and especially in this matchup. It's such a hard matchup currently for Zerg.
Well, Classic is 8-2 in Pro League. That in itself speaks volumes. He lost a PvP in recent times. I can't even remember who he lost to, but that was his last Pro League game. He's only played 2 times versus Zerg.
He lost to Deer in that last Pro League game.
That's right.
But I mean, after that, he 3-0'd Biel, and before that, in Star League as well, he beat Hyun and Sulky 2-0, 2-0. He's just been on a tear against these Zerg players.
So, massively favored here. He's been loving his Phoenix play. His record versus Life is pretty bad, 2-5 in fact, but in recent times, man, you just got to ignore that.
Yeah, the tables have certainly turned in this matchup. With that nerf to Swarm Hose, things have changed up a lot. Protoss a lot more comfortable going into different sort of styles, and even just taking it to the late game and building an army that, without Swarm Hose, Zergs have a pretty tough time against.
All right, Life with his Supermassive Black Hole, man. 11-7 in Pro League. 1-3
against Protoss. Yeah, that's kind of gross. He won his last Pro League match against Leenock. Looking at the last Protoss he played, Myungshik actually, and he lost to Myungshik in GSL. That says a lot. That says a lot where he is. Myungshik is a great player, but I feel like Life should be on another level to him.
Well, I mean, look at his shirt. He's got 3 GSL championships under his belt. The kid is impressive. This guy has won so many tournaments. He's done so well worldwide even. To lose to Myungshik like that, it was a big upset. Everyone was shocked by that. And then Life fell out of Star League as well.
Yep, he's had a pretty rough time recently. But, you know, if there is one Zerg that can find a way, especially through Classic, very totally style, it is Life. He is so innovative with his aggression and his cheeses, so I'm sure we're going to see something interesting here today.
Think so, Moonblade. Well, the map is Cactus Valley, a big one. Let's see if right now Life can undo what happened to Biel against this incredible PvZ player. If he fails here, SK Telecom will take another victory here with a 3-0 score, pushing themselves further into the lead at the top of this round 3 scoreboard. The players are ready and in the lobby now.
Well, except for our SKT player.
Oh, I didn't see that he had left the room.
Yeah, he'll be back in a sec, I'm sure. He wants to take his time. I mean, Flash did take a while before he was ready, so we'll give him that. Life there, I'm very curious what can he even do on Cactus Valley. It's such a great map for Protoss to defend on. You know, it's got that very awkward cross-section choke point outside the natural and third. It makes it so much harder for Zerg to be aggressive into. And Classic has been so good at defending, shutting down anything that comes his way.
Yeah. Classic needs to put his sound blocker on. Looks like he's doing some last-minute testing. Looks like the referee's just informed Life about what's going on.
He's got to do those buttons up on his jacket as well, man.
Yeah. Looks like he's getting a bit hot. It is actually quite hot in Seoul now.
Only
summer has started.
Only Zest can do that.
Only Zest can do that.
And he has to not be wearing a shirt underneath.
Checking the temperature right now. It's 26 degrees right now, and it gets hot in the booth. Even if you have that AC on, you can feel a bit warm just simply because you're stressed and there's a lot of pressure. I feel like the pressure is much more on Life right now, who doesn't look nervous, but when has Life ever looked nervous?
He's so used to this situation. But, you know, there's a lot of pressure on... there's actually a lot of pressure on Classic to close this out, though, because the next game is Dark versus Stats,
yeah.
and that could just bring it to an ace match pretty easily. So I'm sure his teammates like, you have to win it now, you have to close it out, or it's going to get real bad, and we can go to an ace match and even lose this after a 2-0 victory.
Definitely true. All right. We still don't have him in here. It looks like he's doing some last-minute settings. Life is starting to get a little bit tense here. Obviously, when you're waiting for an opponent like this and before such an important match, it can actually get into your head a little bit going, well, what is he testing? What is going on? It can actually, you know, mess with you a little bit as you're just sitting there waiting for the referee to press the go button. Yeah, it looks like he's in no hurry to get this game underway either. So this is the longest we've heard this soundtrack go for, Wolf. Yeah. Kind of excited where it leads into because the rift has already happened. Yeah, it looks like we might actually have, like, it might loop at some point. Well, just take another sip of that Pocari Sweat. Still no sign of him here. Okay, finally he's in the lobby. He's going to get that earbud on. There we go. That was the loop. That was the loop. That was the loop, man. Disappointing. All right, put that sound blocker on, and let's get this started. There he goes, putting it on his head. These two players are now in the lobby. They're both ready, and the countdown has started. This could be it. Will Classic close it out with his incredible PBZ, or is Life going to break his losing streak here and bring his team possibly to that ace match, considering Stats is favored in the next game? It all comes down to this. The map is Cactus Valley. I'm Wolf, with me is Moonglade. This is the Telecom Wars, SKT versus KT Rolster here at round 3 of the SK Telecom Pro League for 2015. Let's jump into the game right now. Up here to the top left in orange, it's Classic for SKT.
Down here in the bottom right for KT, their last hope, Life. Never have I heard someone fill time so well, Wolf. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was actually really impressive.
I have a lot of experience casting team leagues where problems happen.
You really drew it out, man.
All right. Ooh, suspicious probe.
Pylon in the natural probes. Looks like it's going to be that Forge Fast Expand. Yeah. Open things out here.
Let's see if Life is going to be greedy or not.
Well, Life has been very greedy recently. You know, that's one of his, in my opinion, his downfalls in a lot of these games. Is he's just been so macro-oriented since joining this Casper team that it's taken away his edge a little bit. You know, he's not this super or any hyper-aggressive player that we're used to seeing. He's playing a lot more of these very greedy games, a lot of double hack before pull sort of stuff going on.
Well, you know, it's funny, too, because the map pool makes it a bit tougher for that style to work, I feel like. In the past, sometimes you'd be like, oh, big map, great for Zerg, but now it's like, big map, going to be kind of tough for Zerg in the late game versus Protoss, for example.
Yeah, that is a big problem. Cross maps as well, so even if Swarm Host were available, it makes it that much harder to deal with Protoss because there's so much space, and then how are you going to corner one with Swarm Host and Locust? You just can't, so it's a lot of things to consider.
Well, Classic looked like he really wanted to cannon. He even like delayed his probe, I guess hoping that it wouldn't get spotted and Life wouldn't react to put the pool first. But when you get there before the drone like this, obviously you're going to block the drone. There's going to be a pool first no matter what. He's taking a lot of damage on this probe, in fact.
Yeah, he wants to go Nexus Fest by the looks of things.
Yeah. Once you force the pool like this, it's great to just have a Nexus first follow-up.
Yeah, most likely Nexus into Forge and the cannon. Should be pretty safe. He's really got all the time in the world cross map like this.
This is a huge map. Much bigger than it looks, you know.
I'm actually just going to go for a gateway. Wow.
That's a bit greedy.
That is greedy. That's pure greed right there.
But he knows that Life doesn't know that he's going for gate, so if Life committed to a ton of links here, that would be kind of weird.
That would be weird. It wouldn't really make sense at all.
And in fact, Life, for this reason, is only making 2 links. Not even going for the standard 4.
Yeah, he just wants to kill that probe, so he can go for a third base eventually. Things pretty ordinary, though. Nothing crazy so far for either I'd be very surprised if Life actually was aggressive on this map.
You know, do you think he might pylon block with this because there's only 2 lanes?
Possibly. Looks like he's going to go back for a scout. Oh, found where the drone was going. And he very smartly could put down a pylon if he wanted to, but not going to commit to it.
Yeah, looks like he started his forge at home instead, or rather his core, excuse me.
Yeah, he's going straight to Zealot. That confidence. I like it.
I like it too. It's great considering the cross spawns that he scouted early on and everything else.
Yeah, it really all just makes sense. It's like, yeah, you can do this. I mean, you got all the time in the world. You know exactly what Life is going for. He's going for 3 hatch. He's not got any gas.
If this probe, yeah, I was going to say, if this probe turns for any reason or just gets caught here, it's going to go down. But Zealot's out just in time. No scout going to happen here with these links. And the Overlord, the only one that's nearby, is going to be hard pressed to actually get a good scout off because the sentry's already on the way, and the second Overlord is all the way to the bottom left.
It's actually not even moving at this point, so yeah, it's infinity miles away. It's not going to be getting any scouting done at all. Life's going to have to simply rely on his star sense to really figure out what's going on, unless this Overlord in the natural gets a decent scout.
He's going to be able to check the gases at least. That's one thing you will get for sure. To know when those are added. And there's that tech pylon. We're going to see the tech probably added to that location in just a moment here. He might even add it before if he doesn't care if it's scouted. Overlord does come in right now, though. Forge comes down first, just to be safe. And that sentry, again, just going to help deny this Overlord.
Yeah, that's a very, not the best place to put a Forge. It kind of gives away a lot in Life. You know, he did scout it after all. So he knows, okay, it's probably going to be +1 third base behind this. Pretty safe choice. And we do see 2 more gates go up, so 3 gate +1 expand. Okay.
Yeah, tough to pressure at cross spawns like this, even with the you know, the warp gate research, just because you're such a long way away from home. And without the mothership core especially, you're going to have some difficulties. He's not even making one. He's been cutting that out of his build entirely. But with these early sentries, obviously he's going to have a lot of force field energy he's built up.
Yeah, he's going to be making more and more as well. Going to have probably like 6+ sentries and +1 by the time he's ready to expand, and it's going to be so hard for Life to find a way in.
It takes so long to get across the map, even with speed, which Life doesn't have actually. So
third base is kind of pretty open, but it's getting there is the problem. You know, it is such a far way away. I doubt Life really wants to commit to mass slings or mass sling roach.
How do you think he's going to respond to this fake warp prism that's coming across the map?
Ooh, well, currently he doesn't have much, so he's probably going to freak out a little bit. Probably going to make a swell of lings behind this, I'd have to say.
Ooh, double Roach Warren. We've seen this before. Oh. Doesn't necessarily mean it's intentional, but
well,
classic, or not classic, Hero died to it, to Departure.
Yeah, but they're at different times, so I'm kind of thinking it's a mistake. He's going to have, if they were finished at the same time, then you go for double upgrades, but one after the other this late, I didn't really buy it, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he's spare the moment thing, maybe an impulse. He's like, you know what, I will do it.
This looks really similar to the timing that we saw it with Departure, though. The Roach Warrens were slightly differently timed, and he had +1 on the way, burrow just like this. Let's see.
Well, all right. Looks like it will be that. And looks like it's been scouted.
It's been scouted.
Straight up.
So this time, we should see Classic respond a little bit differently than Hero and get some detection and some Immortals out, because without those two things, you just die. Sentries are useless against this type of composition.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that Immortal count out to deal with this. You need to be able to DBS them down, even if they start to, burrow underneath you. It has to be, so much damage that you just takes too many losses in the time it takes to get under and unburrow.
Yeah, let's see if Classic has really figured out what's going on. He does have a Robo, but he does have it on the way. It's not ready yet, and he's spent a lot of chrono energy on it to have what he needs to have by the time this attack hits, because this is coming very soon. Look at this. It's all lining up. The Roach speed.
Coming pretty quick, yeah.
This is so scary.
It's a little bit delayed on that second Warren, otherwise he'd have that tunneling clause at the right time.
All right, he's making a tight wall here, it looks like, at the front.
Ooh, yeah.
One way to help deal with this.
Still hasn't got any observers out. He's got to get an observer out and at least an Immortal out.
He needs to make that wall super tight.
Super tight. Well, here we go.
Okay, tunneling clause isn't ready yet. He sees that. Oh, no. Okay, well, no detection.
Here's the big problem.
Observer is about to be out, though.
He needs it ASAP.
Okay, trying to wall this again, trying to minimize the distance these Roaches can move through.
There we go.
It's ready. Here we go. They're moving now, but the Observer's out. The timing a bit off here. Force fields go down. Really important scout as well from Classic to see this in time. Great force fields here, locking this down. Even the Nexus cannon is participating.
He's not losing much there, which is the problem. You know, +2 isn't near finished at all, and I think Life has found his timing.
Yeah, looks like he just has enough Roaches to push through the Immortal. Not even halfway done yet.
Even dancing. Why not at this point? You know he's won it. He's going to be a little careful there. Looks like he's going to get the Cyber Core, stop those sentries, and Stalker's coming out. Not going for the third just yet.
Yeah, the Nexus cannon's still active. There's also a Photon cannon as well, but he's still got plenty of DPS.
Yeah.
Immortal is out.
Just not enough to buffer for it either. Life's just having fun in this game. He's just killing everything. Not even killing the Nexus.
There it goes. Both the Nexus and the Cyber Core, he like almost forgot to kill. He's like, oh yeah, I actually have to finish that off.
So I guess I will just kill them. I don't really have to at this point. Everything's kind of broken.
Well, he's just done so much damage here, and he's also killed so many sentries that if all of with just Hydras, it's going to kill. There's no way he can have answer for Hydras while he's trying to get these Immortals out.
Well, there's still just not enough of an army really for Classic to do anything or even move out. It's going to be like maxed out Roaches soon. He's going to have double the supply. He might even consider burrowing in. Maybe he wants to shave off a few of those Zealots first there.
Oh, well, the Manor Hatch.
Why not? He's time to bring back the morale of his team.
Yeah, I like this. Well, at this point, Classic is just trying to hold on. I mean, he's not dead yet, but he will be soon. He doesn't have much to go on. With his core being gone, he lost a lot of production cycles on his Stalkers. He's only been able to produce Immortals, basically. Life just burrowing to get that faster regen. There's the hatch.
There's the hatch.
Can rally from it as well once it's finished.
Here we go. He's going to commit to it, actually.
A lot of Immortals here, but still, you know, he's able to trade and kill a few of these Frost units. The bigger issue is once the Hydras come here, how is Classic going to deal with it? Look at his facial expression. He sees the hatch here, and he's like, oh, God.
There's no real way. He's going to get like a lot of Immortals out for the Roaches, but yeah, as you said, when Hydras come out, there's really going to be no answer. He's not going to have enough force fields to really help out.
Exactly. His sentry count is so low, but he's still trading pretty well against this.
Yeah, the DPS is there for the Roaches now. 4 Immortals is going to do so much, and they have +2.
Okay, here come the Hydras. He needs to make sure he fights them well. The Stalkers was Blink. I believe Blink was canceled, right? We haven't really seen it.
Well, Blink, he does have Blink.
Oh, he has Blink now.
Hasn't been using it, yeah.
So that's something that's going to help him blink these Stalkers back. He does have a lot of Immortals here. But like, also consider that Classic is eventually going to run out of money on these 2 bases. All right. Just blanking already a bit prematurely here.
Look at this line across the map that Life is just constantly streaming up. Hydras and Roaches.
He's making Spores at home just in case of DTs.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that.
Oh.
Okay, the Immortals over here on the right side are not even fighting. They need to get in there. Oh, I think he lost way too much time on that. Now the Hydras in the back are going to pop all these sentries like balloons. The Roaches are on top of everything as well. Nexus Cannon is going to maybe try to help him buy some time. Once these force fields fade, the Hydras can actually just fight this straight up.
Well, every sentry and every Immortal is gone at this point, so there isn't really much to help out. Life can just bulldoze from here.
Yep. That's going to be it. Using what Departure used in similar fashion. Even though an Observer was out in time, it just didn't have enough units. GG. Life bringing it back.
Saving his team, getting 3-8. Really nicely done. And now it's up to Stats to bring it to the ace match up against Dark.
Well, Life gives that like subtle look to Stats like, now you got to do your part.
Yeah, your turn.
I'm giving you the opportunity. Make this happen. Make this ace match happen. Life looking very calm. That was a very technical all-in. We've seen it before. It works very well on this map. Even if you scout it. Because every pro is playing almost robotically on this map. Just, oh, I'm just going to get fast +2 and blink like I do every game. And
yeah,
late robo because I don't need it.
They're so used to this meta now. They just keep going for this blink style, but it's so greedy. And it works if we don't see this style from happening. You know, if he's not fighting against burrowed Roaches, he can get to it pretty easily with force fields alone.
Yeah, like without burrow movement, force fields are going to be great for you. Then you try to do a big Hydralisk follow-up instead. After that, by that time, the Frost does have the +2, does have the blink, and has enough Hydras with the 3-base economy, or rather, has enough Stalkers for 3-base economy to deal with the Hydras. But if you just kill the 3rd base, and you do the follow-up timing, they don't have enough Stalk.
Yeah.
Especially if you kill the Cybernex core as well.
It helps out a lot, yeah. It makes it a little bit easier. Very nicely done from Lion. Yeah. Still with a pretty serious face there. Not too happy about it.
series isn't over yet either, so Stats has to do his part now. It's all up to him. Life packing up his gear. Seeing a big shot of this. Not sure if it's like to almost tease the fact that we might not be seeing him in the ace match because there is such an emphasis on the fact he's packing up his gear.
Maybe, very possibly, or we're buying time for people to join the next lobby so we can get into the next game.
Maybe some of both. Dark is the next Zerg underdog here. Life was able to take his win with the opposite team here. Dark. You know, Dark had a great start to this year with his Corruptor style, and DBT was looking really strong, but he almost hit a wall. He hit a plateau at some point and hasn't been able to bounce back from that.
Yeah.